At the end of the day, everyone has their own reasons for lucid dreaming. Now, a lot of us do it for fun, and it can be a ton of fun, but it can also be incredibly beneficial. And today I want to talk a little bit about that, because I think that regardless of your motivation for lucid dreaming, whether it's mainly for fun, whether it's mainly for the benefits, I think you should at least take advantage of some of those benefits, or I think that you're seriously missing out. There's sort of a given benefit with lucid dreaming in that becoming present in waking life and becoming present in your dreams, in other words, becoming lucid in those dreams, is sort of interrelated. Generally, when you become more of one, you become more of the other. So even if you're not doing anything particularly special, you're likely going to see benefits from lucid dreaming anyway. Now, getting more present and improving your waking life is something that I talk about in my course, Hard is the New Easy, which I'll talk a little bit more about at the end of this video. In fact, I'd actually like to give away that course to some of you guys who pick up the Lucid Dream book. But more on that later. Let's focus a little bit on what lucid dreaming can do for your waking life right now. So number one is I want to talk about creativity and ideas. After all, even if you haven't yet started lucid dreaming, you might have found that your dreams can be great inspiration sometimes. There are lots of ideas throughout history that have come to people in dreams. Sometimes the abstract nature of dreams helps you come up with brand new ideas, or sometimes you just have a solution presented to you there and then. You can use lucid dreams to help you visualize the ideas that you're working on, as in the recent dream challenge video I made suggesting you guys actually make your dream room in a lucid dream. You can also ask your subconscious to help you with ideas and inspiration. My second most popular video at the time of making this, How to Lucid Dream Tonight, that entire video, the idea for the entire video, the thumbnail, and just the title of the video and the tag that I should target with it, was an idea that came to me in a dream. That video then went on to be my second most popular video. And that's something I do quite often if I'm out of ideas. I will go into a lucid dream and I'll ask my subconscious to give me some inspiration. Or I'll use dream incubation to ask beforehand, before I go to sleep, for that inspiration and hope that I find it either in a lucid dream or in just a regular dream. Now, speaking of dream incubation, if you do have a subject that you want some ideas or some creative inspiration in, you can use dream incubation to encourage more dreams about that specific subject. And then when you're actually lucid, either as a direct result of that or just lucid in another dream, then you can change the dream to be about the subject that you want to get some inspiration in. What I find especially effective with this approach is starting off by controlling the dream yourself, the direction that it's going in, and then asking your subconscious or asking the dream to surprise you a little. The second thing that you can do to improve your life with lucid dreaming is to actually use lucid dreaming to improve your waking life skills. This is something that's actually been studied and found to be effective. Now, this can be especially effective if the thing that you want to practice is something physical that you have to learn the movements of. A personal example of mine is I learned to do my first pull-up using lucid dreaming. Physically I was weak, but I think it doesn't actually take much muscle mass or much strength to perform a pull-up. Where the difficulty was for me is that I didn't have those motor patterns down, and there was no way for me to easily practice them. I could do something like pull-up negatives, but I couldn't do the concentric portion of the lift because I was a complete beginner. Now, do pull-up negatives long enough and you'll start to be able to do full pull-ups, but I thought I would skip a step ahead, practice a little bit in my lucid dreams, and sure enough, I was quickly able to transition to the real thing. So you can even use this to practice things that you're not quite capable of doing in the real world yet, because you are still firing off those same neurons as if you were performing that activity in waking life. The difference is you don't have those constraints of your physical strength or dealing with the problems like gravity and so on. And you can combine my first and my second suggestions. In other words, you can use lucid dreaming as a way to train creative skills like making music. You can get into a lucid dream and play guitar and get some of those movements down, as well as getting some inspiration from the dream, because sometimes when you actually try to do something like making music in a dream, you notice that weird things happen. You'll be playing your guitar, or you'll be playing on your synthesizer, and it will start making weird noises that don't fit with what it should be making, but that might give you an idea for a melody to then play on your real guitar or your real synthesizer when you wake up. Another great way to utilize lucid dreams is to face your fears in them, or face any situation that might be difficult or scary or dangerous in waking life, first in a lucid dream where you have this safe environment. And remember to make full use of dream control here. As an example, let's say that you're afraid of dogs and you want to face your fear of dogs in a lucid dream. Well, for one person where the fear is quite mild, you might just be able to conjure up a dog and face that fear very directly right away. But you might be absolutely terrified of dogs and think, no, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So you can make use of dream control. Instead of summoning a dog in front of you, summon a small miniature dog that can fit in the palm of your hand so that you'll be less scared of it. Then, from there, summon a slightly bigger one. And then repeat this process until you're sitting next to a larger than life even, large dog. You don't have to use miniature versions of the things that you're afraid of either. If you had a particular traumatic experience and you want to lessen your fear related to that, you can relive the experience but change aspects of it to make them more palatable and easier for you to handle emotionally. Or if you're scared of a particular thing, again like the dog example, you don't necessarily have to face it directly. You could make it so that you conjure up one on the other side of a window, outside, so you can look at it from a distance, but you don't necessarily have to be up there directly in front of it right away. Or if it's something big and scary that you feel is threatening, you can use your dream control abilities to defend yourself so you don't feel so helpless and afraid around it. And the great thing about having dream control on your side is that any time, if you're feeling overwhelmed with this process, you can use dream control to get you out of it. You can use dream control to shrink down that big dog, or to put a wall between you and it, or to make it disappear, or you can just wake yourself up. And the next part that I want to touch on is the big one, using lucid dreaming to become more present, to become more aware in your day-to-day life. After all, think about your dreams like this. The reason that you do not start off lucid in all of your dreams, for most people, some people are lucid in all of their dreams without even trying, but most people do not experience that. If you're like most of us, then what happens is dreams are autopilot, essentially, for the most part. And then as you learn to lucid dream, you learn to get off autopilot. You learn to take a step back and become present rather than just succumbing to these routines that you've gone along with day in, day out. In waking life, the same thing is happening and you're not even really aware of it. You are spending most of your days, most of the time, probably on autopilot, and you are just as mindless as you are in your dreams. Lucid dreaming can help you reflect on this and can help you actually snap out of autopilot in your waking life as well. One great way of ensuring that you reap this benefit is to choose lucid dreaming techniques or incorporate ones that also do have this knock-on effect of increasing your presence in waking life. This is one of the reasons why I recommend meditation so much on this channel, because not only is it one of the best techniques for getting lucid, it is one of the best things that I think any person can be doing each day. It has such a massive positive impact on your mental health, and it helps you become present and snap out of that autopilot and start to be more aware of the things that you're doing each day, rather than just going along with things like a zombie. Another lucid dreaming technique that relies on a very similar principle is all-day awareness. This works great for getting you lucid in the same way that meditation does, and it works great for getting you present in the same way meditation does. Speaking of meditation, bring meditation not just into your waking life, but bring it into your dreams as well. You'll find that your dreams are a fantastic place to meditate, because you are not dealing with waking life distractions that are outside of your head, but you're now dealing specifically with all of the distractions that are inside it, because your entire world that you're experiencing in a dream is your subconscious creating this world around you. So it almost gives you this deeper look into the things that you're having to overcome to remain present, to remain aware during a meditation session. And while I don't think that you should remove your daytime meditation, I honestly think that just a few minutes of meditation in a dream can have a massive impact that even an hour-long session in waking life often doesn't have. And that's not to downplay the benefits of that waking life session. In fact, on the contrary, that session is going to have tremendous benefits. It's just that meditating in lucid dreams, in my experience, can have even more. Another thing you can do to get more presence in your waking life is to spend more time analysing your dreams and trying to figure out what's going on in your head. After all, it's very hard to achieve presence throughout your day-to-day life and not be on autopilot and not be acting like a machine all the time if you're not even aware of the ways that you're acting like that. And one of the ways that you can become more aware of your habits and your patterns and your routines is by taking a deep introspective look at yourself and your subconscious. And of course, one way that we can do this is through dream analysis, and also through, again, what I suggested earlier, speaking to our subconscious in those dreams. It's also good to look for the similarities between waking life and your dreams. Notice those similar tendencies, those similar patterns, the ways that you slip out of being lucid, of being present, and into that mindless state like you do in a non-lucid dream. Because you'll notice that the process is very, very similar. And often you can take those lessons you've learned from lucid dreaming and apply a lot of it to your waking life as well. Now, my channel is primarily focused on lucid dreaming, and has been for a while now, but when it used to be more divided, when there used to be a lot more self-improvement stuff on here, I actually made this course called Hard is the New Easy. The basic gist of the course was that I feel like we often avoid the hard things in life. We often avoid any sort of adversity. But I think that it's through learning to face those things, learning to snap out of our ingrained routines and behaviours, that we achieve the most growth and we become the most free and the most quote-unquote lucid in waking life. And I was sitting here thinking about it while I was actually scripting this video, and I realised that it's kind of a shame to me that a lot of people who come here purely for the lucid dreaming content won't get to experience that course. So I'd like to change that. For the next week, any person who purchases the Lucid Dream book will get a copy of Hard is the New Easy for free. Hard is the New Easy is normally a $39.99 course, but for anyone who purchases a Lucid Dream book, it is now a flat $0 for this next week. All you have to do is use the code LucidLiving at checkout at gum.co/theluciddreambook to get both of those bundled together with the self-improvement course completely free. You can also find it at the link in the top right hand corner or down in the description below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe and enable all notifications so you can stay up to date when my new videos come out. And if you want to keep watching, check out one of those videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care and have some awesome lucid dreams.